percentage into 87.28% into 87.24%. The total will come to how much? 59.89%. Okay? Okay. Now, is the question over with this? Question number 3.5. Required to comment on OE. You are required to comment on OE also. So you can write the OEE of the company's equipment is only 59.89%. Okay. The ideal percentage of OEE ought to have been. How do you compute the ideal OEE? We have already written, right? The ideal values for each of these ratios. For performance ratio, it is 95. Then availability, it is 90. Then for quality, it is 99. So all these three together will be how much? Okay, 1 minute. This will be 95 into 90 into 99. Okay, 0.95 into 0.9 into 0.99. It will come to 84.64. Okay. So what should be your conclusion on this? Okay. Since the actual OEE is less than the ideal OEE, the machine, the equipment of the company is not performing to the optimum. Therefore, the company should how to increase the performance should introduce total preventive or productive maintenance TPM maintenance to increase the performance of the machine. Performance of the machine. Okay. Right. Now, I think one more question. You will quickly read the question. I think what are the same question? You will. We don't have to do it. It is not a question from your material actually. Is it a question from? Yes, it is from your material itself. But we will quickly read the next problem. 3.6 ppm. Okay. Hindustan Limited supplies the following information relating to a vital equipment used in its production activity for April 2020. Total time work during the month is 210 hours. Total production during the month is 280 units. The number of units accepted out of total production is 2520. Standard time for actual production is 180 hours. And total time lost during the month is 28 hours. Everything is directly given. What is the requirement? State an appropriate approach to measure the total productive maintenance performance of the equipment. Quantify the total productive maintenance performance of the above mentioned equipment by using the approach stated in one above. Comment on the effectiveness of the maintenance of the equipment. You will quickly do it. Okay, all the parameters are directly given, so you just need to compute. So the answer to question number 1 or sub question 1 is appropriate approach to measure. Appropriate measure to appropriate approach to measure. To measure the performance. TPM performance is known as OEE, or overall equipment effectiveness measure. Okay, you can find out that you can complete it. You can also write the this measure measures 6 different losses. Okay, that may arise due to the performance of the machine. One by one you can list down, and also you can write the formula. Okay, I'm quickly moving to the computation part. Okay, so the computation, first one is availability ratio. What do they say regarding the availability of the machine? Total time worked during the month is 210 hours. Okay, and standard out of that, how much was the time lost during the month? 28. Okay, so 210 minus 28. No, it is actually total time worked during the month was 210. Okay, then total time lost is 28. So here the confusion is whether this is the gross time or net time. Okay, I will just give a note on this. Okay, total time worked is equal to 210 hours. Okay, then time lost during the month. Time lost during the month is 28 hours. Okay, we can write a note. It is not clear whether the total time worked represents the gross time before deducting time lost or the net time after deducting the time lost. Deducting the time lost. In the absence of information, in the absence of information, it may be assumed that total time taken, total time worked in inverted comma, total time worked represents the net time after reducing the time lost. Okay, after reducing the time lost. So total time available is equal to 210 plus 28, that is 238 hours. Therefore, availability ratio is equal to How much? 210 divided by 238. Okay. So that is equal to 210 divided by 238. 88.23 percentage. Okay, that is first ratio. Next is performance ratio. Performance ratio. Performance ratio is standard hours for actual protection divided by actual hours for actual protection into 100. And what is standard hours for actual protection? Standard hours for actual protection. Standard time for actual protection is given to be 180. Okay. So it's directly given. So 180 divided by how much you took actually? 210 into 100. 180 by 210 into 100 will be 85.71 percentage. Okay. Next is quality ratio. Quality ratio will be how much units accepted divided by total protection. Units accepted. How many units were accepted? 2520 out of 2800. 2520 divided by 2800 into that will give you how much? 90. Therefore, OEE is equal to 88.24 percentage into 85.71 percentage into 90 percentage. This will give you 68.06 percentage. Okay. So one more sub question is there. Comment on the effectiveness. How can you say on the effectiveness? The ideal ratio is how much? Ideal ratio is close to 85%. Whereas here the OEE is only 68.06 percentage. So that means the performance is not up to the mark. Performance is not up to the mark. What the company can do? Implement total productive maintenance TPM. Okay, that is a suggestion which you can give. Okay, so the question is over. Now, what do you have to do? You have a small subtopic, lecture number 5, by the heading cellular manufacturing. Cellular manufacturing or one piece flow protection system. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
we'll
we'll
continue.
continue.
So
So
what do you
what do you
mean
mean
by
by
cellular
cellular
manufacturing
manufacturing
system?
system?
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So
can
you can
write
write
cellular
cellular
manufacturing
manufacturing
system
system
is
is
a
a
process
process
of
of
manufacturing
manufacturing
system.
system.
It's a
It's a
process
process
of
of
manufacturing
manufacturing
system
system
where
where
the
the
group
group
of
of
machines
machines,
group
group
of
of
machines
machines
related
related
to
to
each
each
other,
other,
related
related
to
to
each
each
other.
other.
How
How
related?
related?
In
In
terms
terms
of
of
in
in
terms
terms
of
of
production
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 hierarchy.
hierarchy.
In
In
terms
terms
of
of
production
production
hierarchy,
hierarchy,
what do
what
you
do you
do?
do?
Are
Are
clubbed
clubbed
together.
together,
Are
are
clubbed
clubbed
together.
together.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And
organized
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 as
as
single
single
cells.
cells.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
right.
Now
Now
let
let
me
me
take
take
the
the
a
a
practical
practical
case.
case.
Suppose
Suppose
there
there
is
is
a
a
particular
particular
company
company,
AB
AB
Limited
Limited,
manufacturing
manufacturing
a
a
product
product
called
called
P.
P.
Okay.
Okay,
And
and
manufacturing
manufacturing
of
of
P
P
requires
requires
three
three
stages.
stages.
Stage
Stage
1,
1,
then
then
stage
stage
2,
2,
then
then
stage
stage
3.
3.
In
In
stage
stage
1,
1,
let
let
us
us
say
say
machines
machines
A,
A,
B,
B,
C,
C,
D
D
are
are
involved.
involved.
Then
Then
in
in
stage
stage
2,
2,
we
we
have
have
P,
P,
Q,
Q,
R.
R.
And
And
in
in
stage
stage
3,
3,
we
we
have
have
X,
X,
Y,
Y,
Z,
Z,
then
then
S,
S,
T.
T.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
altogether we
altogether we
have
have
4
4
plus
plus
3,
3,
7
7
plus
plus
5,
5,
12
12
machines
machines
involved
involved
in
in
the
the
production
production
process
process
of
of
P.
P.
Is it
Is it
clear?
clear?
This
This
is
is
the
the
sum and
sum and
substance of
substance
the
of the
production
production
flow.
flow.
Now,
Now
suppose
suppose
there
there
is
is
raw
raw
material
material
which
which
is
is
being
being
fed
fed
into
into
stage
stage
1.
1.
The
The
output
output
comes,
comes,
the
the
output
output
is
is
moved
moved
to
to
stage
stage
2.
2.
Then the
Then the
output of
output of
stage
stage
2
2
is
is
coming
coming
as
as
an
an
input
input
of
of
stage
stage
3.
3.
And
And
after
after
stage
stage
3,
3,
we
we
have
have
the
the
final
final
output
output
or
or
finished
finished
goods.
goods.
That
That
is
is
the
the
production
production
flow.
flow.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Now
suppose
suppose
there
there
is a
is a
factory
factory
layout.
layout.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And
the
the
machines
machines
are
are
organized
organized
like
like
machine
machine
A
A
is
is
here,
here,
then
then
machine
machine
B
B
is
is
here,
here,
then
then
C
C
here,
here,
then
then
D
D
here,
here.
then we
Then you
have
have
P
P
here.
here.
Okay.
Okay.
P,
P,
then
then
Q,
Q,
then
then
R.
R.
Then you
Then you
have
have
X
X
here,
here.
you
You
have
have
X
X
here,
here,
then
then
Y
Y
here,
here,
Z
Z
here,
here,
S
S
here,
here,
T
T
here.
here.
This
This
is
is
how
how
the
the
machines
machines
are
are
arranged.
arranged.
Okay,
Okay,
there
there
is
is
no
no
systematic
systematic
arrangement of
arrangement
the
of the
machines.
machines.
It
It
is
is
simply
simply
arranged
arranged
like
like
anything.
anything.
There is
There is
space in
space
the
in the
factory.
factory.
It
It
is
is
placed
placed
in
in
some
some
this one.
this one.
So
So
what
what
happens
happens
here?
here?
Suppose
Suppose
there
there
is
is
raw
raw
material
material
A.
A.
Okay,
Okay,
the
the
raw
raw
material
material
A
A
is
is
first
first
fed
fed
into
into
the
the
machine
machine
A.
A.
From
From
machine
machine
A,
A,
it
it
has to
has to
go to
go to
where?
where?
Machine
Machine
B.
B.
Am I
Am I
right?
right?
So
So
the
the
output
output
should
should
travel
travel
till
till
here,
here,
machine
machine
B.
B.
Then
Then
thereafter
thereafter
it
it
goes to
goes to
where?
where?
Machine
Machine
C.
C.
Then
Then
from
from
machine
machine
D
D,
it
it
should
should
go
go
to
to
D.
D.
Am I
Am I
right?
right?
So
So
stage
stage
1
1
is
is
over.
over.
Then
Then
after
after
that
that,
what will
what will
happen?
happen?
From
From
this
this
D,
D,
the
the
output
output
of
of
this
this
first
first
stage
stage
will
will
go
go
to
to
where?
where?
P.
P.
Where
Where
is
is
P?
P?
P
P
is
is
here.
here.
From
From
P
P,
it
it
should
should
go
go
to
to
where?
where?
Q.
Q.
Then
Then
from
from
Q
Q,
it
it
goes
goes
to
to
where?
where?
R.
R.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And
you
you
get
get
an
an
output
output
here.
here.
That
That
will
will
go
go
to
to
X.
X.
Where
Where
is
is
X?
X?
X
X
is
is
here.
here.
Then
Then
where
where
is
is
from
from
X it
X,
will
it will
go
go
to
to
Y.
Y.
Then
Then
from
from
Y
Y,
it
it
goes
goes
to
to
Z.
Z.
Then
Then
you
you
have
have
what?
what?
S.
S.
Then we
Then you
have
have T. Okay. After which the final product comes out. Is there any problem with this? There is no problem. If the production happens like this, you will get the final product finished goods. But while doing so, there are a lot of losses. Okay. In the morning session, we saw that any unwanted movement of the machines or the product within the machines, it is a loss for the entity. So it has to be avoided. Okay. So for that, what we will do, there is some relationship between these machines. Am I right? Why? What are the relationship? Machines A, then B, C, D, they are related. They are involved in stage 1. Then you have what? You have your machines P, Q, R. Okay. You have P, Q, then R. This is involved in 2. Then you have X, Y, Z, S, T. This is involved in stage 3. Okay. If this is so, why you can't keep all these machines together as a group or a cluster? Okay. Where the input is fed here, it goes to the machines one by one, then you get the output here. Then again, I will rearrange here. I will rearrange it as P, Q, R. Okay. And again, this output goes as an input in stage 2. Okay. From P it goes to Q. From Q it goes to R. Then you can get the intermediary output here. This is fed to X, which is in third. Then from that Y, from that Z, then S to T, then this is the final goods. So less movement is what is they are trying to achieve from this. Now, this style of organizing the machines in a systematic manner, where a group of machines clubbed together is what is known as cells. This is a cell. This is also a cell. This is also a cell. Cells are clusters of machines. Cells are clusters of interconnected machines. Why clusters are formed? Clusters are formed to avoid unnecessary movement and therefore to minimize waste. Minimize waste. Is it clear? Okay. So cellular manufacturing refers to a system in which the group of machines which are interrelated to each other are clubbed together and are organized as a cell. And a cell is a cluster of machines which are interrelated in each other. And what is the benefit of the cellular manufacturing? Cellular manufacturing helps to avoid unnecessary movement of the goods and machineries within the manufacturing facility, which will help the entity to minimize the waste on account of unnecessary or unwanted movement. Okay. So objective of cellular manufacturing you can write. One by one. First, okay, one is move the process as quickly as possible. Yes, this is achieved. How it is achieved? Suppose the entire activity happens in this cluster is process 1. Process 1. This is process 2. And this is process 3. What happens? The entire process 1 will be completed easily without much delay. From which process 2 starts. That also will be completed without much delay. From there, process 3. That also will be completed without much delay. So, the cellular manufacturing move the processes as quickly as possible. Is it clear? Right. Then second objective. Second objective is generate
as little waste as possible.
No waste on account of unwanted movements. So the cost of movement is not there. Then there could be damage in the intermediary outputs in the movement that is avoided. So the waste is reduced to the minimum. Okay. Then next, increase the productivity, the quality and productivity. The quality and productivity. How productivity improved? Because no unwanted movement. Okay. Then what about quality? Again, no unwanted movement. Therefore, chance of damage is reduced. And focus of quality is not lost. Is not lost. Okay. Next, there is one more. Reduce inventory, then lead time, then space. How the cellular manufacturing help to reduce inventory? See, if the machines are not organized in a proper manner, what will happen? There is one machine which produces in a faster manner. So it will produce more number of units. But these units should reach the other machine. Okay, which is not properly organized. So there will be a delay in reaching there. So in the meantime, what will happen? The inventory will pile up. Okay, so if the machines are not organized in the proper manner, the inventory levels will go up. Now lead time. Lead time means what? One machine has completed its production and it is waiting for other product to come, other input to start the production. So this may also happen here because one machine is there, that machine has completed its entire process, but the output or intermediate output from previous machine has not reached. So there will be lead time. So lead time can be reduced. Then next, space constraints. If it is structured and clubbed together in an organized manner, there will be space savings also. Okay. If it is just scattered, if all the machines are just scattered within the manufacturing facility, then more space will be consumed. Okay. So that is the objective of cellular manufacturing. Now going further, you have to you can write features of cellular manufacturing. Features of cellular manufacturing. One, focus to create the movement. Focus to reduce the movement between production. Okay. Then next, machines are arranged as cells and are interconnected within a given cell. Okay, we have already seen that. Then products does not move from one machine to another, rather due to cell structure. Okay. Products move from one cell to another. One cell to another. Okay. Then next, it ensures minimum movement of
both materials and personals. Okay. Then processes within the production are consolidated and cells are formed. Okay. Then next feature, it ensures minimum waste. Okay, these features we have already discussed. I just explained. Okay, now the implementation manner, how this is being done, that also we have explained. We can just read the material. I'm not going into detail. Then benefits and costs of cellular manufacturing. Okay, we will just see the benefits and costs of cellular manufacturing. You can take material and page number 14. The last para, benefits and costs of cellular manufacturing. Okay, just take that. What happens here is scattered processes are merged to form short focused paths in concentrated places. This is what we call as cells. Okay, all activities are taken and you see how you can interconnect each activities. If any of these activities can be interconnected, the machineries which are required to do that particular activity are brought together. Okay, so scattered activities, which was one activity here, the other activity there, that is being merged to form one small cluster. Or here it is, they are calling the short focused paths in concentrated places. So machines are concentrated in one area. So the left side of factory you have stage 1, then right side you have stage 2, then you have towards the middle side you have the stage 3. Okay, then you get the output. Okay, storage space. Like that, you can arrange the machines in a structured manner. So constructed by a logic of cell. Logic, a cell reduces flow time, flow distance, flow space, inventory, handling, scheduling transactions, and scrap and rework. The latter because of quick discovery of non-conformities. Okay, that is another advantage. Okay, quick discovery of non-conformities. Okay, if everything is arranged together, you can quickly find out, quickly detect what? Detect non-conformities. Okay, that is one advantage. Next, production and quality controls are facilitated. How production and quality controls have been better facilitated because everything is arranged together. So you can have a single supervisor for a one cluster. Okay, whereby he will be responsible for the quality controls and he can ensure that the production targets are met. Okay, then cells that are underperforming in either volume or quality can be easily isolated and targeted for improvement. You can find out you can do a root cause analysis of why the production is reduced, where the production has an issue, whether it is in stage 1 or stage 2 or stage 3 or cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3. Like that, you can pinpoint where the flow or the problem lies. Okay, then going further, there are also number of benefits for employees working in cellular manufacturing. The small cell structure improves group cohesiveness and scales the manufacturing process down to a more manageable level for the workers. So what's happening is when you are organizing this the production process into some clusters or cells, the people who are working within a cell becomes more bonded. Okay, so there is a cooperation between the people. They are ready to cooperate each other. They work together and they get a good output. Okay, so the efficiency increases, effectiveness increases, lot of things. Okay, then the small cell structure improves the group. Workers can move easily, can more easily see problems and possible improvements within their own cells and tend to be more self-motivated to propose changes. Okay, so when you are given control over a small unit,
you become an expert in that particular unit. You are observing that unit every day, every time. So you better you understand that particular unit, and you, if there is any defects, you can identify it faster. And if you need, if you feel that any improvement is to be done, you can propose that changes. Everything you will have a better control over your cell when it is organized into a cell structure. Rather, if it is scattered, there is no clustering, there is no cell type, this one, then where do you go and check? You don't understand, okay, because you don't know what is the relation between one machinery and the other machinery. So wherever there is any defects, that defects may go undetected, and also you may not be able to, even if you are it has been detected, you may not be able to give any solutions. Okay. Now there are number of possible limitations to implementing cellular manufacturing. Some argue that cellular manufacturing can lead to decrease in production flexibility. Cells are typically designed to maintain specific flow volume of parts being produced. Okay. Should the demand or necessary quantity decrease, the cells may have to be realigned to match the new requirements, which it is a costly operation and not typically required in other manufacturing settings. See, what's happening here is there are certain problems with respect to the cellular manufacturing also. In cellular manufacturing, you are tying up certain machines together. Okay, certain machines has been some 4 or 5 machines you have taken together, and you are making a link between that. Now, a situation emerges where you need to break that link. Say you need to make a small modifications to your production process. Okay, where one particular machine is not required. So you have to break that cluster, or you have to break that cell, which is a costly affair. If the machines were separate, you can easily pick one machine and you can keep it out. Okay, but that may not be possible when it is in a cellular format. Okay, and next one is you may lose the production flexibility. Okay, why? Because everything is interconnected. So if you want to get one output, if you want to do this production, you should feed into the starting machine, from which it will go on to the next machine, then next machine, within the cell. Then output comes, you are taking into next cell. So if you want to avoid or remove any particular process, you will have to remove the entire cell as such, or any particular cell as such. It's not practical to take one particular machine out of that, so you lose the flexibility. Okay, so production flexibility is affected to some extent. These are the limitations. Is it clear? Okay, so that's all with the what do you call the cellular manufacturing. Cellular manufacturing is also known as one piece flow protection system. Okay, you may get some case studies on this, so just understand the concept and you know basic features and how they are working. Okay, and that would be enough, more than enough. Okay, right. Now you have the next topic, which is the very comprehensive topic, but basically theory topic only. That is just in time. Okay. Connection lost.